Hello everybody, welcome to the Vintage Collection Show right here on YouTube. We have a pretty good stream for you guys tonight. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me know in the stream that you can hear me, because I was having a few issues with my mic and earphones earlier. I can hear beeping. Let me know you can hear me. Yep, everyone can hear me. Right, so yeah, welcome to the Vintage Collection Show. As I mentioned, we do have a good stream for you today. We have the Hasbro brand team on. We're just waiting for, they're just running a little bit late, so we're just waiting for them to turn up. But of course, I do have my buddies Chris from Bantha Skull and John Miko from the Facebook group with me. How are you doing, fellas? All right?
Doing well. Got a little pep in our steps after that reveal today, huh?
Absolutely, yeah. Nice little reveal. Always good. I just want to say hello to the chat real quick, because we've got a lot of people in already. I just want to say a big thanks to Figureball for becoming a YouTube member. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. We have got Cisco Deer. We've got Dan Van Car. If I can get my words out. Bjorn Jorgensen is here. We've got Star Wars Rue. We've got Reno. Ray Dunkley, Barajas, we've got Darth Zach, Des T's here, Geek Strong's here, we've got Sakic Scores here, who else have we got? Nigel Fisher's here, Cliff Oliveira, Ponda Poodoo, Paul Nurse, we've got Anthony, Owen Steve, we've got loads of people. Delvian Seeks here. Loads of people. Everyone's saying hello in the chat, which is awesome. Oh, thank you very much, Walrus Man. Appreciate that, buddy. Another new member. Thank you.
Wow.
I hope you all enjoy the stream today. So we do have, as I mentioned, we do have the Hasbro team. I know that Brandon is running a little bit late, but we do have Chris. We're going to be bringing Chris in a second. But yeah, just first impressions, guys, on the reveals today. On the reveal. Happy?
Well, I think John and I both had Obi-Wan on our top 10 for last figure standing last year. So I think I can speak for him. He'll speak for himself, obviously, but we're both pretty happy right now.
Yeah, super pumped. Nice to finally see, that figure and that character. Obviously, we'll be seeing a few videos of people throwing this one out there. Out their windows or in their trash cans, and
into the New Zealand wilderness.
Yeah,
exactly. So yeah, awesome.
I'm quite enjoying the 2-pack expression, like being back as well. I like those.
There's a lot of potential for that.
Yeah, especially with when you think of like Revenge of the Sith. It reminds me of the Order 66 packs a little bit. Those little sort of round things that we used to get. So.
Yep.
But having said that, I think we'll bring in one of the people that's responsible for all this sort of stuff. We'll bring in Chris, and then we'll wait for Brandon. I know he's just running a couple of minutes late, so let's say hello to Chris.
Hey guys,
there he is.
How you doing?
Sorry, I was running a little bit late myself. I spent the day at our new offices up in Boston today. So.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
busy day then, yeah.
I had to work a commute into my day, which is not normal. So,
how was that?
Yeah,
the offices are beautiful. I mean, I think it'll be really fun once we get figured out exactly how we're all fitting in there and getting to work. But yeah, like the space and the views are amazing. So
you're in the seaport, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and one side of the building right now has an amazing view straight at downtown Boston, like unobstructed. Like
nice.
the other views are great. It's like straight north, nice and clear. So yeah, and then the space is all new and beautiful. So yeah, it's exciting. No, a little anxiety about how we work in a new space since we're all so used to our current space, but I think it's going to be fun.
Now, did you brave the roads to go in, or did you take?
No, I took the train. I wanted to see what that was going to be like. It was a little longer than I expected.
Yeah,
it was a 2 hour door to door for me this morning.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I know,
a
Chris,
lot.
you've mentioned about the traffic
Yeah.
into Boston. Yeah.
yeah, it's a little rough when my current commute's 20 minutes to think about that, but there are options, and we'll figure it out. But yeah,
You can work those 2 hours in, right? Though, right? Are you?
well, it's like an hour and 15 train ride.
Okay.
So depending on how good the seat is and how much cool secret stuff I have to look at that day, I don't know how much I can work.
Yeah, you don't want somebody looking over your
I
shoulder,
don't
do you,
want John
Chris?
sitting on a train seat behind me between seats.
Honey, we're moving an hour and a half east. We gotta move.
I told these guys I used to live in Worcester, and I had to work out of Boston City Hall for a couple months, and that couple months was the longest year of my life just because of that commute. And they'd say, "What time are you getting here?" I said, "I don't know. I could be here at 8 a.m. or it could be 10:30. If somebody sees a raindrop on the Mass Pike, it will be 10:30. You know."
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're 2 minutes late for a train, the train's not waiting for you.
Right.
Yeah, you're waiting another hour for the next train. So, yeah, all that. Yeah, it's all going to be fun. It's a new adventure, but we'll get it figured out. It's not going to slow us down. It's just going to make it more interesting.
We've got a super chat here from Blitz Transmissions, which I have to read for you, Chris. He's saying, Chris, thank you for the LAAT. My dream HasLab. Really excited to hear some TVC talk. Felt like Dexter Jetster seeing today's reveal. Obi-Wan, yeah. He was on my Last Figure Standing this year, which we're going to get into later on about Last Figure Standing and fan polls in general and how much they sort of, I don't know, influence you or what you can take from them and all that kind of stuff. So,
yeah.
But
yeah,
we're just
talk about all that stuff. I mean, you guys know, like, just quickly, like, you guys know how important all that data and info is to us. And I love just top level how it's evolved a little bit from being completely new tools to some partials working their way in there. I think that's great. So, yeah, excited to talk more about that as we get on.
Yeah, so I think, well, there's two different ones, isn't there? So March Madness try to get people to, think about like all new if a character's completely new, whereas I think we don't really care, do we? We're just like, it's just the character. It's more like, what character do you want in what outfit, sort of thing, and whether it's one that was made 10 years ago and it desperately needs an update, then so be it. If that's what people want, that's what people want, sort of thing. So it's probably good that you get both that.
Exactly. And hearing all the chats, and like, we listened to the live streams. I know Brandon was on one of the last like streams you guys were doing and chatting about which figures, how many different figures you could get out of a new Anakin. I think it was like things like that. Like I love like seeing that research and what's important to the fans, and how, because you guys all know we have to make compromises when we do different figures to be able to do those different figures, and what's okay for fandom and what resonates more with you guys and less with you guys. It's all part of that ongoing conversation dialogue we have.
So
yeah,
I see some of our
sorry, Chris. Brandon is here, so I just want to get him in to, instead of leaving him out there, and then you go for it.
Okay.
There he is.
You guys hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can.
Hello there. What day to say hello there? Look at that. I didn't even mean to do that. That just happened. I promise. I didn't practice that today. How we doing, guys? Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you, mate. How you doing?
Yes, I'm good, thank you. I appreciate everybody's patience. I was in the office. I was in a meeting. The meeting overran, and then I had to get these really cool vintage samples over to someone because of something that's happening soon. And then I was like, I need to make sure that's done. And then I did it. And then, and then I stopped for a minute. I looked at the figures. I was like, wow, that one's really, really cool. People that. And then, and then I found my way here. So hello.
Such a tease. Such a tease.
Chris, Hasbro Chris, I'm not sure if you've got like a messenger thing beeping away.
I don't.
Somebody does. So who is that? It's not Brandon, because it was happening before. Is it me? Do you think it's me?
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not hearing it here.
Right.
One thing I will say.
Turned off Facebook. It's probably me. Sorry, guys.
One thing I will say, just because I got home, my cat is crazy. So he's going to eat in literally a minute or two when his feeder goes off. But if you happen to see him jump up here and run up there, and he may even at one point jump on me, just act normal. It's fine.
The first thing I did when I got home was fed my cat so he wouldn't stand next to me and scream the entire call.
Yeah, he's crazy.
I did the same with my dog. She'll do the same thing. She'll stand right here and bug me till I feed her. Brandon, are you in Boston too? Are you commuting as well?
I am in Providence. I'm in Providence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's just one thing on the long list of things to work out.
Gotcha.
So, but it's okay. We'll get there. The force is with us. Everything will be fine.
So, Tim, can I get back to that thing I was trying to say to Chris really quick?
Yeah, you go for it. Yeah, I'm just going to bring up the images.
Because I saw some people in the chat that would be mad at me if I didn't bring it up. And I know you guys know this, Chris, but you mentioned getting other tooling out of the same figure. Now that you have the Snowtrooper Commander, it's a little bit of a jump to the AT-AT driver and then a little bit of a jump to a TIE Fighter pilot from there, where you don't have to newly tool any of them. I'm sure you guys are well aware of that.
They are on the radar for sure. Yeah.
I thought you were going to also say shots of teal, Chris.
Yes, yes, and then
another
the moon boots do go right to shots.
That's a little bit further of a stretch, but
I
like the stretching.
You got the Ishii head from the sail bar. Just pop that right off. Put it on the new Obi-Wan with the moon. It's done. I'm doing your job for you. I just solved it right there.
That's perfect. I need the list, and like if you could give me the 5-digit code numbers for every figure, that would be awesome.
It's the new game we play here. 3 degrees of shots of teal. You know, how do we get there? At least as long as possible.
Right.
Oh, I haven't even seen these shots. This is awesome.
Yeah. So I've blatantly stolen these from Mr. Stevie's Instagram. So I've downloaded them. He doesn't watermark them like some people, which is great. So this is what was revealed today. Just to clear a few things up. Revealed today, not available to pre-order today because it's linked to the Walmart CollectorCon. Is that what it's called?
Correct. Yes. So this is a Walmart exclusive in the US. It will be fan channel in UK and rest of the world. It will be pre-ordered at Walmart CollectorCon, which is typically around March, but we don't know the exact date just yet. So stay tuned for more information there.
Okay. Awesome. So
it'll be early next year anyway, I think.
Okay, great. And so I've been looking at some of the reactions of the community online, and for the most part, from what I can tell, it's pretty positive. I think obviously it's really good to get something from Revenge of the Sith. I think a lot of people are happy about that for a start. I'm all for clone troopers and airborne troopers and all that kind of thing, so I'm really happy with that one. I did want to kind of mention that we kind of do have an army builder in there, though, don't we? But
we do. So it's a great question, right? Because I know the question you're asking, Tim. We go back a long time. I think the great thing as I look at this image as we were prepping the slides and stuff like that is that, first of all, we have Obi-Wan, right? From Revenge of the Sith with some really key newness here, great new likeness, plus the soft goods cloak, plus both the Sea Grips hands for his lightsabers and a Force Push hand as well. So to me, that's pretty exciting as is. Then on top of that, we get a trooper that we haven't had in vintage that, and again, I saw the latest samples of these yesterday in the office. It looks phenomenal. Like, especially when you put it up against other like 2/12 clones, like the multi-pack that we had a couple of years back. No reason as to why I was doing that yesterday, but I was doing that yesterday. And it just looks phenomenal. The head sculpt in person looks great. The soft goods skirt, the camo looks really great. So I think it's perfect that we were able to get these characters out in this way at this time. But yes, sure. Totally hear you. There is an elephant in the room that there is a troop builder here. The thing for us is that there are times in development where you'd think, right, that things are just really easy and straightforward to work things out and to just make the dream stuff that we all would love to make, right? But it isn't as easy as it seems. And so sometimes the team is faced with making some tough calls of, would we rather get something out there now and have it and be able to build on it? Or would we rather and play the long game because we have something we can build on? Or do we avoid maybe a short-term elephant in the room where there is a troop builder in a 2-pack? And a similar situation was like the Revenge of the Sith packaging for Black Series. A fan at New York Comic Con had asked about certain characters that could have been on that packaging. And I will ask the same question of you guys as I asked him. Would we rather have the Airborne Trooper here and in the line and be able to build on it for other variants, a single carded version of this later on, or not at all? If you had to make that call, what call would you make?
Yeah, sure. And just to be clear, this is a carded 2-pack, right? I think Mr. Stevie did confirm that, right?
Figures,
yeah. Similar to the Jules and Vader and Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I like those. I like those sets. They're good. Yeah. And let's face it, really. I mean, it's not as if it's like just a 212 trooper. It's an airborne trooper. Some psycho people out there like Tyler will want to army build this guy and buy hundreds of them. Other people might just be happy with 3 or 4. And like I think it was Jeff Russell just said, let's be real, we're going to want a few Obi-Wans anyway. There's multiple scenes that we can use. This Obi-Wan, and it's one that everybody's wanted for a very long time. So in terms of you mentioned like newness and stuff, like, do we know how much of that Obi-Wan is new? What and if not, what you've used to accomplish that?
Off the top of my head, I don't know. That is this was a figure that Emily did, so she knows inside and out. Because it's not one that I was day to day on. I don't know that here. That's
fine. That's fair enough. That's all right. Yeah, I mean, we'll come on to Emily in a little bit, actually, just to sort of give her a shout out and what have you. But yeah, Chris, John, what do you have to say about?
I was going to quick question for Brandon. When you're weighing the pros and cons of this, another mild concern is Episode 3 Obi-Wan is sort of a AAA character. Mm-hmm. And now he's locked behind a store exclusive, which Walmart's pretty ubiquitous in the United States, but it can be tough for some people to get, access to store exclusive. So there's it would be kind of like locking a key character behind a HasLab type of thing. Not quite to that extreme. Mm-hmm. So I don't expect an answer, but just to make it cognizant, it might, Obi-Wan might need a release another way.
And that's the nice thing now that they exist, and they exist because of that exclusive. But now that they exist, after some time, then we have options on what we can do with them and bring them back for a different release. So, yeah, like Brandon was saying, sometimes it's like you got to grab that iron as soon as you can, and we'll figure out the other stuff later. But now we have them, and we didn't before. So,
I mean, we did have the ultimate, basically, Star Wars figure as a Walmart exclusive with the Stormtrooper. And I think people were just happy to get the OT Stormtrooper. As painful as that was with servers crashing and whatnot, we did get it, and now obviously, I don't think anybody's. I can't point to it. I've got them coming out my ears now. Stormtroopers.
Yeah, and I think just to build on that too, Chris said it. Rife said it very well that. There is a huge thanks to go to Walmart for how they are supporting vintage in 2026. They were keen to, especially given what was happening with Black Series this year for Revenge of the Sith, they were keen to bring that love to vintage as well. So exactly as Rife says, that's why we're getting to see this here too, that Walmart came to the table and said they were supportive of bringing this to vintage, of being able to do something great and exciting for vintage. And so a huge thanks does go to them. And I think when you look at how they've started to manage their fan product in store this year, I was just at Walmart over the weekend and I saw the Islander for the first time that they've been doing in the middle of the store. That thing was breathtaking. And I don't say that because I'm here as representative and so on. I say that because I was walking down the aisle did not in a million years expect to see that Islander in that Walmart, and there it was, and it was epic to see. So to know that they are dedicating space to collector product in that way and supporting it in this way was great to see from them.
Another question along the line with them is, it's been noticeable since that sort of Stormtrooper wave. I'm forgetting which year that was. Walmart has been kind of shying away from TVC. Are they coming back to the plate because the new MSRP gives them a little more margin and it's a better product for them now that, you know, the MSRP came up a little bit?
That hasn't been a part of our conversations. And to be totally transparent, right? Some of this does predate my time personally on TVC, but from the conversations I have been a part of for the last few months, since August-ish, the Walmart team are looking to find ways of supporting vintage, is the best way I can put it. And I think that the 2-pack that you're seeing here, what more you maybe will see at some point in time, who knows? We're only talking about this today. But with this, it was a matter of they love that execution of the larger box with the 2 cards inside it. That helps those 2 cards to have the pristine collectability that we know we aspire to. Don't always achieve, I know, but we aspire to. And it's, I mean, a shout out to our creative services team, because when you guys see the packaging, the out of box packaging that they've done for this, it uses a lot of the images that you're seeing here. And it's really, really special. Really special.
Awesome.
With the 2-packs, they generally come with, you know, additional accessories and whatnot. Is that the case with this 2-pack? Like I see the hand on Obi-Wan. Looks like possibly a swappable hand. And
yeah, well, in the troopers, a more elaborate trooper than we might traditionally have done in mainline. Yep. So yeah, neither one of them's deluxe, but they're both plussed up a little bit. So the 2-pack does allow for some of that price flexibility and offering flexibility.
Yeah.
Thank you, Blitz. Appreciate it.
Obi-Wan's likeness looks just
yeah. We haven't got like full on press images yet, but just judging by these, he looks, you know, the way the image has been taken of that with the shadow on his face and everything looks awesome.
Yeah.
We can say goodbye to this very old.
Yeah, finally. Just a quick question here. Would you say 2-packs like this is a parallel to the Black Series Clones of the Republic 2-packs?
It was conceptually kind of a parallel to that. Yeah. It wasn't a direct parallel, but that comparison came up on our side too. It's like, oh, hey, that works well, and like, how can we play with that in TVC?
Thanks for the super chat, Charlie. I know they can't give a clear answer, but are more clones from Revenge of the Sith coming in 2026? We know what the answer is going to be, folks.
Yeah, you guys all know the answer, but I think you have more to look forward to in 26, I'll say.
But I think the other question I would ask is, we have 275 people in the chat, which is a pretty good sample size. So off the top of my head, for Revenge of the Sith, I can think of maybe 3 or 4 clones that people would like to see. But I'm curious, with the 275 people in the chat, I would like to see who you guys would like us to do from Revenge of the Sith. Whether they come in 26 or whether they come later or not at all, who knows? But I would like to see you guys give us that sense.
What about the people on the panel too?
Well, I mean, you guys.
Chris, you go for it, mate.
Cody, Bakara, Galactic Marine, the 41st Elite Kashyyyk Swamp Trooper.
Yeah. Gale, Bly, Gree.
Gree, yeah. Bly. 327 Star Corps.
Yeah.
Did you say Bakara? I think you said Bakara.
Yeah, he was like number 2. Yeah.
Big yes on all of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the chat is echoing every single one. So, yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat. I see some fun ones in there. The ATRT Trooper. That's cool.
Yes, ARF troopers, ATR troopers. Yeah. So just quickly, that trooper there, non-removable helmet, right? It's just there's no head under there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All in all, pretty epic day for vintage.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy with it. Really happy with it. And I'm pretty sure the community at large are happy with it as well. We just want to be able to order it now. So
I hear you on it. And as I say, Walmart Collecticon is where it'll be at. It'll be here before we know it.
There's a good question from Jason. Any chance you could share the VC numbers on these, or is that known?
I don't know what they are, but there's no reason we can't.
Okay.
Tim, can you get rid of that scroll on the bottom, please? Sorry, make you do some work.
Oh God, yeah, I've got that one from the last thing, haven't I? There you go.
More Brandon. Maybe you should put it
There
back.
you go.
Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so obviously we can't pre-order this today. We're hoping that there might be something before the year's out that we can pre-order, hopefully. I know you can't really speak to that sort of thing, but
December is the season for giving.
There you go, guys. Keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on. We'll just I'm just going to stop presenting that because we've had a look at it, and there's more images. Mr. Stevie's posted more images of it, a close-up look at the clone and what have you. But we're just talking about TVC in general now, because obviously there has been a few changes at Hasbro. So previously the brand manager was Jing, and Chris, you've obviously been working on the brand for a long time now, and obviously Emily is no longer going to be working on the line, and now Brandon, you're in on it as well. So just first of all, I just wanted to sort of take the opportunity to give a huge shout out to Emily, because I know she's done some great work over the years on the line, and I think
it's been beyond. It's it's exceptional. Like now I get to live up to that. Oh my, yeah.
And I kind of said it at my video at the weekend, in that some in walks of in things, nothing ever hinges on one person, right? And there's other great people working on this stuff as well. As much as we love Emily and everything, and she's done some amazing things for the line, we do have to look forward. And so I was just kind of wondering, like, what the sort of dynamic of that is now, Chris, because I know you have worked on like vehicles, play sets. Did you work on the play sets? But I know 100% the vehicles, right?
Most of the play set stuff I was handling previously was handling more complex stuff. So like the HasLab things, I was doing a lot of the premium role play, and on TVC, other than the HasLabs, it was kind of the bigger vehicle stuff. Yeah. So
my question really is, like, where are you going to get the time from? Are you going to be like working double, triple time Sundays? And
we've shuffled a few things around. So now Eric, who has been leading the Black Series design team, he is the Black Series design team, not leading it. He is it. Eric and Emily both used to report to me. So I kind of helped out a little bit everywhere, or maybe got in the way a little bit everywhere. But Eric is now reporting direct to Steve, and I'm reporting direct to Steve. So I don't have the day-to-day management stuff on my plate anymore. So that helps with my bandwidth. And then at the same time, we've moved most of the premium role play stuff over to Eric too. Like he had been doing a little bit here and there, helping me out on things, but he was killing it. So, and he felt like he could handle it, and it's a great place for him to grow and do new stuff. So he's been taking over more of that. So now with that not on my plate, I can focus 100% on TVC and retro and stay there. So
awesome. So
and Emily's like, I'm not letting Emily get away without knocking on her door every once in a while. So
No, sure, sure. And also, I mean, obviously you work like really far in advance, right? So
Yeah.
Is it safe to say that 2026 stuff has got Emily's hands
2026 is
on?
all 2026 is all
Yeah.
Emily.
Yeah. Yeah.
Figure wise. I think maybe there's one figure that's more me, but I think Emily still kicked it off. So yeah.
So how are you excited about 2027 then?
2027 super exciting. I wish we could tell you guys about all the work we've been doing on 2027. We've built and rebuilt and refined and tweaked that line so many times, and we're rolling on it. So it is it's going to be an exciting year.
So I worked on the UK side, right, as Tim knows, and I came across to the global side in late December. And one of the first things that Steve and Chris did was they sat me down and they said, look, 2027 is going to be a big freaking deal. I was like, really? Why? What's happening? Joking. I knew it was joking. I'm joking. And we started to talk about, and it was like a cold Thursday morning in December. And I remember as clear as day that we would, and it was only a year ago, so I shouldn't be so dramatic, but the conversations that we were having even at that point would just take the air out of the room. Like we would just start to roll off on tangents of, oh, well, what if, oh, well, how about, and then what if this? And those are my favorite kind of conversations. We came back a month later and Steve rallied us all together and he gave us a mission, which was if when we are all old and gray, years and years and years from now, retired, we do not look back on that year with a tear in our eye for how proud we are of what we delivered to fans, then we've done it wrong or we've missed something. And ever since that meeting in January, we have talked about it, we've worked on it. And then, earlier on in the summer, Chris and I then sat down to really start to carve it out. And as Chris says, we've gone over it a number of times now. And it is shaping up to, I think, meet the bar of Steve's mission that he set for us. And cannot wait to share it with you guys. Cannot wait to share it with you guys.
Well, this is probably
that sentiment of like this is the 50th for Star Wars in the toy industry is career defining for everybody.
Yeah.
And like Steve and I talked early on about that, and like that mission that Brandon just stated. Like if this isn't something we get together and celebrate, we've done it wrong. And we should all be able to look back with excitement and pride about what we've established and done in 2027. And I sure feel like we're on a great train headed that direction now. So, yeah.
You might not be able to answer this, but obviously, you guys are gonna nail what you can nail, but you can only do so much given the resources that corporate gives you. Are they stepping up as well to maybe make this a little bit bigger of an event? Considering how
we can't talk too much about it, but everybody's excited about 27.
Yeah.
And we're rethinking things, I think is fair to say, for 27. Details of what that means, you'll have to wait for. but there's a lot of thought going into it. So
I'll just say, like, a lot of collectors from my generation who I literally grew up with the 12 backs forward are saying, I'm going to hang on until the 50th, and then that's when I'm going to cash out of the hobby. So I'm just saying, from the collector standpoint, I feel there'll be a lot of money available in 2027 because of that. Like, it's going to be a swan song for a lot of collectors at that point.
Well, and we know that that's a big sentiment, and we don't want to take advantage of that, but we don't want to leave anticipation on the table either. So
yeah, you want to try and keep hold of them as well. So make
Well,
it good.
and I was about to say, right? Shout out to Tyler, who's currently getting ready to go and get as many airborne troopers as he can. I think that yes, we are hearing that swan song theme, but I think my hope is that we can continue to inspire you guys to want to carry on this journey with us.
Oh, people are saying that, and then it's going to be, well, it's only 3 more years to the 50th of Empire, and then 3 more years.
That is the 50th of Jedi.
Yeah.
And then before we know it, it'll be 60th, and then more and more. So, but I think, like, Tim, to your original question about Emily and the continuity from that, I was just talking to Emily today, even on some of the stuff that we've been looking at, working on, and Emily continues to be inspirational. Her passion for the brand is inspirational, and we carry that with us. We ourselves are inspired. Every time I open up a vintage slide deck and I start to do stuff with vintage, I think about Phil the Force. Shout out to Phil the Force, coming up to me at my first UK event and being like, "It's the heritage scale. Vintage is everything." And it's that outward excitement that we carry with ourselves all the time. We had an internal meeting recently, and we started that meeting. It's in the other room, but I showed off my Power of the Force Mace Windu, which was my first Star Wars action figure from 1990. What was that? 8, 9. And Steve showed off his original Kenner R2D2, and we said to that room that this is the legacy of this brand, right? That scale continues to be the lifeblood of this brand. And, so I just have seen some people saying it in the chat, 375 for life. The number one objective for us into 27 and beyond is to continue to keep the tradition of 375 alive. And to Chris's point, while we can't reveal, anything right now, I think one thing I am happy to confirm is that there are certain strategic pillars that we are sticking to. The number one thing is world building, that we are conscious the community has backed a number of epic, excellent HasLabs, and we are planning to support those and further build out those worlds. We know that fans continue to want new entertainment, right? And I don't love to use that phrase because I know how it sounds, right? But it is the best way to describe new entertainment. And so we will continue to do our best to support that. And then other than that, it is the make the mains, last figure standings, March Madnesses of the world of, what are the great missing gaps that we need to fill.
Complete the cruise.
And what are the latest thing? What characters deserve that latest and greatest? Right, we've seen it recently with Ben, Han, Chewie, Vader, Leia, and so on. There are more still to come in that latest and greatest vein. But those like 3 points, I think, are our key driving pillars that we have carried with ourselves as we have started shaping and planning and refining and then refining and then refining the refining as we've gone along.
Yeah. Well, and those pillars are the same pillars that you guys are used to.
Yes.
Like you see that like with the Khmer figure
right
that we just did. Like that's new entertainment. And we're still chasing that. Like still doing things that are supportive of past HasLabs. And obviously classic characters are always going to get love. So it continues to be a game of balancing things. And like Brandon said, it's like we've shifted some of the balances a little bit, but I think it's for a stronger forward.
And as Chris says, you're even seeing it today, right? Those two characters go perfectly with the gunship. While they are not in the Battle of Geonosis or on Geonosis at this particular point in time, they're still,
they're standing in front of gunships in the
yes, on Utapau. It's there. Yeah. So, but the reason why I call out those 3 points in particular is because I want the community to feel rest assured that, those governing principles continue to fuel us as we do what we do.
Yeah. And the thing is, I think, 99.9% of the people out there realize that we can't have it all. One, our wallets can't sustain that. you know, you can't release 200 figures a year because, you know, it's just.
You don't want
it's just
200
ridiculous.
figures a year?
Well, I would, but I couldn't afford it. But you know what I'm saying. But it's kind of like, you know, when, you know, something gets revealed and it's not what they want. It's like, well, you know, there's decisions that have to be made by you guys essentially. And, you know, as you say, we're trying our best as a community to sort of, you know, I know there's stuff that you have to do, like whether it's if it's like new entertainment or whatever. But then there's the other things, you know, that us as a community are trying to sort of help you with, you know, fan polls and things like that.
Well, and I think the TVC community is unique in how diverse and how much of the Star Wars universe it spans for core passions. I mean, like there are people in the TVC community that are 100% original trilogy and don't want anything new touching their stuff, but there are people that are coming into it and are still new entertainment focused people or prequels. Like it's all over the map, and I think TVC is amazing in that diversity. But it, like, you guys know it as a community and how you balance all those discussions online. Like we're trying to do that in product and support all that diversity. So sometimes our balance gets a little off, and we look to you guys to help correct those trains. So that's why this dialogue is so great.
Just want to say a big thank you to Molcule. Sorry, 2006 is focused on Geonosis, but for Brandon and Hasbro Chris, will we ever get the rest of the Bad Batch? Oh, that's the classic question. Yes, I get that like every single week.
We've haven't forgotten about the Bad Batch, but we don't have any news for you. But the news I do have for you are the VC numbers for Obi-Wan and the Airborne.
Hey, here we go. Exclusive.
So Obi-Wan is 398 and the Airborne clone is 399.
Oh, we're getting close to that 400.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have right here on the same list who 400 is, but I'm not telling
you. Thanks, Chris.
Can you give us a name that it rhymes with and see if we can figure it out?
What's funny is I said it in my head and I almost said it out loud to try to sound it out, and then I had to catch myself.
It's hard. We want to tell you guys everything, but
I think, you know, you guys make a great point, right? That like 50 years in, it's very difficult to get to everything, especially when there's so much good stuff, right? Like I struggle to think of anything that I would not love to do, right? Like we have these brainstorm sessions. Oh yeah, we'd love to do that. Oh yeah, that'd be great to do. Oh, we should definitely do that. Okay, wait, now we have to pick. Oh, now we have to start to curate a line. And, you know, sometimes when we're having those sessions, the brainstorming, the strategic thinking that goes into it isn't just a matter of like, we put 5 of our favorite characters on a board and go, that one, you know, like it is, especially for 27, we have done a lot of thinking about making it so that it is like a great wise man once said, it is like poetry, it rhymes, right? Like a lot of it is methodical, well thought out to try to appeal to that balancing act of 50 years worth of epic legacy, all in equal measure. And I think one thing that we kind of skipped past earlier, Tim, is as I am personally from a marketing side and working across Black Series, Vintage, Retro, and Roleplay, it's helping to work out how do we keep an equal focus on what are the key beats that the entire community is asking for, right? There are characters I can name 5 off the top of my head, won't name them because some of them may or may not happen at some point, that whether you're a Black Series fan, whether you're a Vintage fan or a Retro fan, you want that character. And so we're looking at how do we make it so that we can get those characters in equal footing, in equal time to the community. Are we going to be able to do that all the time, 100%? No. But I can promise you that our best effort was there to do it. And I think in 26, you're going to see that effort continued. It's just that in 27, it's even more pronounced, I think.
Awesome. Well, that brings me on to because we only want to go for an hour. I know you guys are busy, so we've got about 15 minutes left because you were late, Brandon.
10 minutes to cover, Hal. I was late. It's okay.
Either go 10 minutes
working
over
flex
or
hours
tell
here.
us what VC 400 is. Either
Or
one.
just share my screen for the 2027 line plan that's on that screen right there.
That's why you're in marketing. You have all the good ideas. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've got glasses on. That's why it's not on this screen. I don't need people screenshotting my glasses.
So one of my questions, you've kind of almost covered it there, really, Brandon, because obviously, yeah, it's like, what the ambitions were for the line, and I think you've pretty much covered that, right? So 2027, the pillars that you're talking about there, it all sounds great, and I'm hopefully, there's some people out there excited for what's to come.
It's a big anniversary.
Yeah, absolutely. But we'll move on now to the sort of final topic of the stream. And John, you've been a little bit quiet on this stream because obviously we're all talking. But last figure standing, obviously us three, we do it together. But I know that John in particular, and Chris, because he does the data as well. But John produces this amazing dashboard with filters on it, and you can really dive really deeply into that sort of data. So it's the first question before John might want to ask some stuff is how much does that really do you use that? We offer it to you, do you use it at all? Does it help you sort of
absolutely
make decisions and stuff like that?
Our guts are great, I think. We've all been doing this for a while. We're all fans. We all have good guts at this, but data to back that up or to challenge it where it needs challenging, that's always valuable. I mean, I don't think we can. I think it's wrong. This is my personal opinion. I think it's wrong to drive it purely off of data, because so much of what we do is broker in emotions for people, and you can't quantify emotions in the same way. But I think with some mentality toward that and sussing things out of that data, I think that's where the magic comes together.
Yeah, I think taking that kind of Venn diagram, right, of some of that passion and then also some of the data and what's that data telling you. So yeah, I did share the dashboard really quick, Tim, if you just want to preview it while we talk.
Yeah, sure.
It's out here. I can share the links again. I know I've shared with Chris and Steve, and obviously our link tree has a link to it, and our socials have it too. But the enhancements we made this year to the dashboard and data that is included in here is we have, and I'll zoom in here. Other screen, John, not the sharing screen. Here we go. There's a year filter, so you can actually filter across years, filter down to, you can go back a year, or you can look at this year. And what's, I guess, aside from all of the filters and parameters here to filter through, and our source group breakdown and our source breakdown, where you can click on it and you can see, it'll filter down the list to, what within those that source group is being demanded. So I just want to highlight things like that, right? The more you click around and the more you interact with it, the more it filters. And you can see, for example, that, oh, look, Fozek is number 16.
I knew it'd get Fozek somehow.
We might want to get him in 2027. I don't know. Who knows? But anyways, you can filter down, interact with it. We've been adding age demographics. You can look at the age groups. You can see, for example, you can even filter down to a source group and look at the age group. So there's just so many ways to look at this and see, what age groups are making up most of the polling here, or, obviously, again, see across those age groups what aligns with across them, right? And usually those are the top figures overall in general, but we have a few different dashboards here that really cover that stuff. And here we have different age groups, and you can go across them and see like, gee, Luthen is across the board for these 3 age groups. How could we get Luthen in with his speeder and maybe his vehicle someday? I don't know. I'm just dreaming right now. But anyways, so you can see things that really move across those age groups and what they have in common, again, from this whole Venn diagram. But a lot of those are also your top most wanted as well. And I'll just say too that, you know, seeing that we had Andor season 2 this year, you know, and the relevancy of that season and its epic finale, you know, Andor rose in demand, right? Seeing that it was happening this year, and you know, people are wanting to see stuff like that. Yeah, go ahead.
Another one, John. And there's a special theme drop down, and we kind of piggybacked on like some stuff you've already done. So if you could go to Return to Tatooine, that's where you'll find the cantina, because that's where you guys did it for 2025 was Return to Tatooine. So the cantina will also fall in here. You can see Arleal is still near the top. But one thing I just want to say about this is that from 2024 to 2025, we had a less top-heavy top 12. So sort of the new characters that made it into the top 12, it's not because they got more votes. It's because the totals in the top 12 came down. And it looks like a lot of those votes went into Cantina characters. They just didn't coalesce behind a single character. Almost every single Cantina character came up, but it's just spread out.
Yeah, it's a vote for your favorite clone. Yeah,
exactly.
Right. Yeah, so there's a lot of great options here to see, you know, again, filter down to age groups. You want to see just aliens, just droids, troop builders. And then again, you know, you can see what's being requested from these source groups by clicking into them and seeing. Someone was saying ISB trooper in the chat. Well, here you go. There's the tactical agent there. Trying to see who else here, but you know, examples like that and how you can filter down and interact with this data.
Well, thanks to you guys for doing all the filtering. I know that sort of data that you're getting is not clean. It's
I
mean, it is okay. That says ISB trooper. That one says ISB agent. That one says ISB whatever. Yeah, like how do you? All the time it takes to look at each individual entry and suss out what
that's Chris means. That's Chris.
That's
and
kudos to you time on that.
Now you know why I'm so cranky all the time. But another thing that John had for this too is, and it's just a thing that, you know, as you're looking at the data, you know, you notice that certain characters split votes amongst themselves, because I want, you know, I want Kira, this
Luthen,
So he just has the standard name. And so if you go to like Mon Mothma, you know, she didn't crack the top 12, but overall, between all her various outfits, Mon Mothma is white hot.
Mon Mothma is important. Yeah. Well, so that just out of the conversational curiosity on something like that, Mon Mothma is a great example. If we would do a Mon Mothma and we pick one of those outfits, do you guys think, after looking at multiples and multiples of these polls, do you guys think that picking the wrong Mon Mothma, do you think picking a Mon Mothma will be the wrong Mon Mothma for some people and they won't buy that one? Or
I personally,
it's kind of a messy question, but like how
with this, I'd personally go, like, you know, people might disagree with me, and that's the beauty of it, isn't it? But I'd personally go, out of those two that are there, I would go with the one that is across medias. So you've got the episode 6 Mon Mothma is virtually identical to the Rogue One Mon Mothma. So essentially,
I'm spending a little bit of your money here. I figured because it's, you know, you can do a lot of casting in white, They can give us 2 heads. So I spent a little Hasbro money and combined them into
There you go.
one.
Yeah, both actresses. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, and that's the kind of decision. Like,
Yeah.
we'll look at that data, and like we have to make that call at some point, and whether it's Mon Mothma or which Gamorrean guard or which stormtrooper, like
Kira.
it's
Kira this year we just did Kira because she was splitting the votes amongst herself too much.
right. Yeah, and in that regard, like I don't want to miss a character who splits votes if she has a lot of votes cumulative. So yeah, that's why. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like I almost wish it was possible to like have a sort filter that was just like show me all the overlap characters or like all the Kiras. And I mean, you kind of just did that with Mon Mothma, but like to see her bar totaled in with everybody else's bars, like character variants, like how many Luke Skywalkers do people want? But is Luke more important than Mon Mothma or Kira in all the variants? Like that sort of data. It's just like data wise, like I just have curiosities about that sort of stuff. But
The interesting thing for me too is like if you look at that top 10, 15 that was there just now, look at how many different characters from different shows, movies, parts of the timeline that they all come from. Like do you see how difficult it can be? Right?
Yeah.
Like,
well, I think that's the diversity of the TVC community that we're seeing.
absolutely.
It's probably like each sub-segment of the community has their popular character, would be my guess.
Yeah.
And
yeah, and it's nice to see things like Walmart again, right? Like you were saying, bringing some exclusive TVC back to try to give us more, right? More figures, not just, obviously what you're balancing across the world building, because the figures are part of the world building, right? So I guess that's one comment or one piece of feedback we hear a lot is how do we get more new or more partial existing, to new figures. So
Yeah, a lot of the comments are like, when they're saying the characters that they want are, for me, for my mind, like I would just class them as like easy ones to do, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you can get them into the line. So if like for example, Wolf Yularen, for example, we've got ISB officers already. Yeah, he wears a white officer's uniform. He's in multiple medias, if that's what you want to call them. Star Wars New Hope. He's in Andor. I believe he's in Rebels. So it's that sort of thing, isn't it? But
yeah,
smart reuse and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you both mentioned it because I think that's something that is exceptionally useful to us too, when we get to see what kind of characters the community are really looking for that are efficient or smart reuse in that sense, right? Because at the end of the day, the tooling dollars are not endless. So not everything can be new tool all the time in every single way. And so a big challenge for us is how do we then get creative with that? If we are putting a figure onto another card, how do we differentiate that card to make it just as exciting as something else that it might be within that wave? If we are part tooling something or redecoing something, so for example, the Imperial, not the Imperial Shock Trooper, yes, the Shock Trooper, right, from the last wave that we just released with Ben and Han, like that's a redeco of a clone. That one, thank you, is a redeco of a clone, but it's a version of the clone that we haven't had on that latest and greatest clone trooper body yet. So it's smart reuse, right?
Yeah.
Then so it's things like that. Like if we have characters like Sol or Yord or Anakin, I'm just thinking of other Jedi that we've brought out this year. It's then a matter of how can we use those bodies for other Jedis? What parts of those can be incorporated into other Jedi? Because sometimes I think reuse or reuse is, I think sometimes the community can maybe phrase it as a bad thing, but actually it's a good thing, because the more efficient the line is, the more parts that we're able to get into that library of latest and greatest parts, the more cool characters we can make off the back of those to get more newness into the line, whether that's newness because it's new for the first time, or newness because it's, again, a latest and greatest update that we haven't had.
Yeah.
Those things all add up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I like Chris, you were saying it earlier, like the runway to a TIE pilot.
Yeah.
Like that sort of stuff. It's like we're trying to work so far in advance to give enough thought to the line in the future, but we are a small team. I think we're really good at what we do, but man, like the community is so many more minds.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the SETI program, like as a screensaver. It's like when the computing power goes way up when the community gets involved. So it's not that we don't think about those things. It's just that the computing bandwidth in our brains on the team is never going to compete with what the community has.
No.
But our job is to take that data as part of our stuff and integrate it and try and give you guys a surprising and fun story.
And just on the point, I cannot meaningfully quantify the amount of hours in the last 3 or 4 weeks alone we have invested into line planning for something like 27. Like hours upon hours upon hours upon hours of time goes into that. So when I get to open up Instagram and I see SWTVC, for example, put up a post that's like, here is all the cool stuff that you could make with this character for this HasLab based on this show. Great. Like that helps fuel and feed everything that we've been thinking about in those hours upon hours upon hours. And it helps shape and focus our thinking too. So it's super helpful.
Yeah.
I think my comment regarding reuse is that accuracy is key, because the Andor in disguise, the boots. I mean, it's been talked about a lot, over the years since that figure came out, and I think sometimes I'm not going to say like was it worth, maybe you shouldn't have done that figure, for example, but I think going forward with smart reuse, it's about accuracy. I don't think it's worth putting a figure out because you think you can sort of pull it together using tooling from this, that, and the other.
Yeah. If
it doesn't match the source material, because I think that ultimately ends up annoying people more than the fact, it outweighs the fact that we've got the figure. It's like people start picking holes in it,
Yeah. One thing, and I don't know that this is the case on that figure, but there are instances in our world where we're trying to do stuff timed with content. So we're working with very early reference, and sometimes that changes. So, and it changes at a point where we are unable to change the figure. So we just have to go with it. I think like that happened a little bit with Mando and some of the Mandalorian figures that we had to build initially based off of concept art, because that's what existed, to try and get them out in time. And we've gone back and tried to evolve that, especially for that character. I mean, that's such an important character, but that sort of thing does happen. Like I don't want that to come off as an excuse, just a reason that stuff happens, just so you guys understand. But we don't want to make wrong product.
Mm-hmm.
No.
But it is the nature of trying to deliver.
I mean, I can see a comment there. Somebody in the comments is saying they're not really overly bothered. But I think what it does is that it just creates unwanted negativity. Let's put it like that.
Well,
yeah,
that one
about something, right? So
that one was a pain point, Tim, too, because the Black Series one was 100% accurate.
Yeah,
and we're always going to have hurt feelings. The 3.75 community is always going to, it's kind of like Black Series is the big brother. How come he got the new car and we got the hand-me-down type of thing? So that one had a particular pain point because the Black Series one was accurate. But as somebody else pointed out, another example is the Daedra Miro with the male legs, which just the aesthetics of it don't work. That such a it becomes painful to the fans because as we said, resources are finite. don't know if you're ever going to get to go back to that Daedra. So, it's kind of painful knowing, oh, this is the one we're going to ride our collections to our graveyards with when it's a miss like that.
And when it comes to Daedra, she was, doing well in polls and stuff. So it was building it up. So when you finally deliver it and it's inaccurate to that extent, then obviously, it just causes more negativity than pleasure, I guess, with what you're doing. But that's what I would say about reuse. It's like, I don't think anyone, that understands about how these figures are made cares about, whether you're using something, as long as it's like not years and years old and it, and that it moves like it should do. And, latest and greatest, as Brandon said, people don't really care, but I think, overall we want it to, Dedra's a great example. That's a great example. They're probably the best example, actually.
And Tim, another point you bring up, just, in the community, I would say 2022 set a new line where, thou shall not pass. Don't, it's kind of like if the tooling predates 2022 now, if it gets reused, some fans, depending on what it is, some fans are going to be upset because that really set a new paradigm for 3 3/4. That year set it for 3 3/4 inch. So, if you're going back to swivel hips or even in some cases, the all old ball jointed hips, there's going to be some angst with fans.
Just want to say thanks to SWTVZ Hasbro. Please don't forget about how many Imperial officers we still need. Yeah, I brought up though. I used Wolf Yularen on purpose as an example for that. Yeah, so there's just a few there.
And the black tunic, 4 rank bar. We need that black tunic 4 rank bar officer too, so badly.
Yeah. I was thinking about Imperial officers just today. You guys remember that old set that was the conference room that had all the old guys in it? Yeah. I was looking at that set today. Or not today. I was in Boston yesterday when I was in office, last day in office. But yeah.
Why were you looking at that, Chris?
Because it was because my office was about to kill me with the pile of stuff behind me.
It's true. Sometimes
that was on the top of the pile, so it came off first. So yeah.
I go around to Chris's office and I poke my head around and it's just stuff as high as the eye can see. It's just piled high with stuff. It's great.
It's like that. It's like that secret room at Hogwarts.
Yes. Yeah, the room of requirement.
Yes.
Well, if my lovely guests, Chris or John, don't have anything, because we have hit sort of 10 past 11 now. I didn't want to, so we've been going an hour and 10 minutes. I didn't want to keep you guys too long. But Chris, John, do you have anything else while we have the team here that you wanted to sort of ask or get off your chest or moan about or anything?
I've already done it. John, after you.
I was gonna say, Chris hears from me enough sometimes, so I won't bug him on here. No, I just appreciate you guys spending time with us and hearing us out, and being open to our ideas, and also just educating us and giving us a bit of the inside details into how the sausage is made. So we may not always like to hear that stuff, but it's reality, and we just appreciate you engaging with us. So thank you.
Yeah, I second that.
I mean, it's important to us too, and I know I speak for the entire team. We wish we can do more of this. So we love when you guys reach out and want to have chats. I mean, we do every one if we could. So, and we'd like to do more because it keeps us alive. It keeps the community alive, and keeps that conversation going.
Keeps 375 alive. There you go.
Yeah, I must apologise actually, Chris, because I did mean to have an interview with you at MCM London, but my son was not feeling too good. He's been there all day, and you know what it's like. So, had to get him out of there.
Shout out to the UK team for arranging this, getting it set up. My former colleagues, love them dearly.
Yeah, thank you to Julia. And thank you to you two guys. Really appreciate it coming along. Allowing us your time. It's always good to engage with you guys, and to try and get a little sort of look behind the curtain, as it were, to see what's going on. So
that's the most exciting part for me is making the stuff, and having the finished goods isn't as exciting for me. But talking to people about how it's made and being involved in the process, that's my passion.
But then when you see the finished goods, like I saw them before I came here,
It's
hard.
like
It's
you don't
hard
want to
to
stop
remember.
before it's finished.
That's true.
But yeah,
I'm teasing Brandon. Okay, so just before we go then, Chris, I know obviously you know 2026 vehicles and everything, so you would have, you know, what's the 2026 vehicle? You're not going to tell me, I know it.
I don't know.
There's a 2026 vehicle.
I don't know.
Is there?
I don't know if there is. I was just trying to, you know, get something out of him, but it didn't work. So
It
The
may not
gun
be.
tip?
It may not be
Oh, yeah.
beautiful, but all I'll say is December might not be done. We had a great day today,
Ooh.
but we might not be done. We may be done, but we might not be done. So we'll see.
Someone for the comment said they didn't hear what VC 400 was. So if you could just repeat what VC 400 was.
You have to check with Steve on that.
Or
Hey,
VC
Dave.
375 as well.
Yeah.
That's still missing out there, isn't it? So
And
Yeah,
shout out to you, Mr.
Steve
Steve.
texted- Steve is who texted me the info on those numbers. So
And
thanks
shout
to
out
him
to Steve
for
for making
doing that in
today's
real
slides
time.
look so good.
He said the team. He didn't think the team actually had that data when they announced those today. So yeah, glad we could share that with you guys.
Yeah, thanks for the
Cheers,
nuggets.
Shout out to Eric as well for representing down at CCXP over in Brazil today.
Yeah, in Brazil, the teams around the world today.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
awesome. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. We're going to end the stream now. Thank you to everybody in the chat that's been throwing your comments up. It's all very useful. For watching, we've had, I think we peaked at like 320 something people, which is awesome. We've got 310 still watching right now, which is brilliant. So thank you so much. And that's it. Thank you. Well, thank you to my guests. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for your time. And we'll see you on the next one.
thanks everybody.
Yeah.